Okay, here we go. So this is Lou Martin with my very jolly and very positive and very spiritual brother, Divyael. Divyael, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you again.
Wonderful, Lou. Like I said many times to many friends, that this is a time we've been waiting for something to happen in the world, something absolutely very, very big. And I think it was beyond our expectation what has happened down here.
Sure.
You know,
yes,
and awakening us very, very quickly.
Yes,
and it, of course, at the beginning of the times, like when something like this happened, it always starts with you first.
Yeah.
Yes. And the funny thing is, I get so many, exactly,
Yes.
so many spiritual people.
Right.
It has hit them their reality as well.
Yes, of course. Yes. We've all been tested, I'd say, is a fair.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is like that.
Yeah.
And I remember a saying once, I don't know who said it, but it said, "The devil's boots don't creak."
Okay.
You know,
yes,
they don't creak. You don't see them coming.
Sure.
But you have to stay with your intuition and say, let me feel this, if what is right for me.
Sure.
And this is so important right now.
Absolutely.
Because,
yeah. Well, so my brother, we met at thanks to Rihanna and Augenthaler, our dear lady, and she hosted both of us one magical day in Vienna.
Yes.
For Wesak, which we just had on Thursday. So
yes.
It's kind of an anniversary celebration, yeah. And how do you like to describe yourself to people in your spiritual work? How do you present yourself?
I think I would describe myself as an awakener. I think,
Yeah.
And I feel that the gift that was given to me in India many years ago, this is what it does.
Yes.
In the Sanskrit language is called Shaktipat.
Yes.
Is what Mother Mira and Mother Amma does and things like that. You see,
Amma. Yeah.
And it changes every month. The energy changes. Nothing in this universe stays still.
Sure.
You see?
Sure.
And so I feel I also give healing to people and also counsel people as well.
Yes. Brilliant. Well, you're just great fun, my friend. So that's why I was just thrilled to reconnect with you. And as I said earlier, we're both the kind of always looking for a bit of mischief and how to stir things up and this kind of thing. Yeah. So you're saying such great themes already, Divyael. If we have a meditation practice, or we can start a meditation practice or a mindfulness practice, or we can sit with people who are open and able to channel the divine energies, and open ourselves to that. Anything we could do that can bring us back into peace and back into center, doesn't that just feel so essential with all the changes right now?
One of the things that was given to me many years ago when I was in Sweden, because our energies are getting so high now, more and more, and the most powerful thing that was given to me was to ground yourself with light.
Yes.
And that light is, of course, you need to connect heaven and earth inside you.
Yeah.
And then you put six strands of light from your left foot and 6 strands to your right foot.
Okay.
Into Mother Earth. It doesn't have to go to the center of Mother Earth. Let it just allow it to be as hard as it will go in. Okay. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it dragging you into Mother Earth.
Right. Putting your roots down.
That's it. And I think that because we're speaking light language, this I feel is very, very powerful, and I use it, most of the time. And the 6 strands, which makes 12 strands, which is your basic DNA strands that are we are trying to incorporate into our beingness.
Yes.
And if that is any information to give to your listeners and all the people that are out there,
sure,
I would say that is very important right now because the energy is very, very high.
Sure,
you know?
Sure, yes. Well, thank you. That is helpful. Of course, I'm a fan of Patricia Cota Robles.
Oh yes.
Okay. Do you know her?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
I've been listening faithfully to her videos for the last 2 years. I saw her in the States, and so I followed her for a while. And she's having us go through the 12-strand DNA activation, dimensional solar light body, crystalline solar light body, etc. All of these initiations. So yeah, powerful.
I feel for me the biggest connection is with Cryon.
Yes,
and
I like Cryon. Yeah,
I love it. And he makes me cry.
Oh, good. Always a good sign. Always a good sign. Yes.
It feels like when he talks, it talks like you're connecting to home for me.
Yes.
Yes,
I hear you. Beautiful.
And it also, because of what is going on right now, we are really, really shaken, to our roots, like
saying. That's right.
And the most powerful thing I feel that we need to, when we speak to people, is to assure them that do not forget who you are.
Yes, that's right.
And I keep saying to them, you are the ambassadors for Father, Mother, God here on earth.
Yes.
And don't forget that.
Yes.
And because there's two things happening because of this lockdown we got. And plus, on the top of that, we got huge energies coming in.
Yeah.
It will throw you. It will throw you a bit off center, and even sometimes, you lose your grounding as well. And we need to do this regularly.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I quite agree. For myself personally, Divyael, when I learned about all this in China, I think in February, and oh my God, I was like a deer in the headlights. I'm seeing people being locked into their flats and dragged into these vans and going, wow, this is heavy. And, the projections and all that. But I mean, we were talking earlier, Dr. Judy Mikovits and Dr. Rashid Buttar and Alexander Newman, another physician. A lot of people are, sharing that there are many ways to look at what's happening. And Christopher Martinson, who's one I follow as well. So there are, at the beginning of a crisis, that's always the worst moment. As you said, because it comes out of the blue. I was feeling things for months that like something was coming. I couldn't quite shake off. Did you have that sense as well, that there was?
Correct.
Yeah.
Many years ago, a spirit told me, said, in the work that we are doing, we will see many changes. He said, you will see many changes. And but you will not see paradise yet, because there's still a lot of beings needs awakening. But he said there will be a time that you will see how it flips. And I didn't realize that this is it. This is it.
Yes.
I didn't expect this. When we think about the world changing, I was expecting volcanoes, earthquakes, and tsunamis, and all that. And it was completely opposite. And you see, it happens so silently, And amazing. It is just amazing.
Yes, it is. It is, brother. And we're still, trying to really understand, why is this happening? How much of this is real? How much of this is man-made? How much of this is a pandemic, like Mickey Willis and Judy, Dr. Judy say? Where did the virus come from? Anthony Fauci and these 4 patents. Wuhan, North Carolina. All this stuff. Bill Gates, microchips, vaccines, Bobby Kennedy. I've listened to Bobby Kennedy for 4 hours in the last week about vaccinations. I'm like, oh my God. So, you know, so there's that, as you say, there's that. And then there's God's work, God's will,
Correct.
you know,
Correct.
grounding in the truth, integrating the light,
Yes.
blessing, forgiving, being an inspiration, all these kinds of things. So, you know, we have a foot in each world is kind of the metaphor.
Correct. Correct. I think that, the feeling I have now is awakening the warrior within you, you know.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? That I think the feeling I get is that for me, for instance, we need to find the warrior within.
Sure.
And I feel in my past life,
yeah,
I've been a knight of the Templar, on the round table.
Yes.
One of the Templars, you know.
Sure. Interesting.
And it is this energy that comes in. Somebody said to me, "Oh, Divya, you're very angry." No, I'm not angry. I'm passionate.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about how dare these people do this to my friends, my brother, my sisters, and the divine order that is here.
That's right.
Wow, how dare you, you know?
Yeah.
And
I feel the same.
We have this, you know, we have this, like you say, it's the yin and the yang. We got this gentleness about us. But because of this gentleness, don't think that we are weak. That's is right. Not the case at all, you know?
Yeah.
And I always feel that whatever, if you want to call it, these gables are trying to put out,
yes,
the divine always gives you something higher to combat that.
Right.
And you know what I'm going to say. Yes. And that is the violet flame.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You know, and
yes.
And just recently, in this last 3 months or so,
yes,
I feel that we need to speak more about the ultraviolet light, which is the violet flame, and the ultraviolet within it. You see the mixture of these two.
Yes.
And to make sure that you are doing your clearing for yourself first.
Yes.
Using the ultraviolet flame, and you can use it in my first meditation in the first session I did. I showed everybody how to use it and how to cleanse the water and things like that.
Very good.
It is so important right now because this, you know, all this fear, anxiety, stress is in the air. It's electronic, isn't it? It's energy. You need to clear it at least once a day, you know?
Yeah. That's brilliant. Where do people find, is that on your Facebook or your website?
Yes, it's on the Facebook. Yes, on my Facebook.
I'll post that link with this video here as well.
Yes, it's the first I spoke about. It's the first one that I spoke about.
How many have you done in this series?
No, it's not much. I think this next one will be 3.
Okay.
The third one. Yeah.
Great.
Because I would love to have people in front of me and talk to them.
Sure.
I'm not used to this camera thing.
Well, we're getting you used to it. You're doing fine. You're doing great. Yeah. No, that would be lovely, and I look forward to that. You know, you're in the UK. I'm in Ireland. It's not too far away. But yes, bless us. We don't know when you know, the all clear will be sounded again for us to get back to life. But I love what you're saying, Divyael. You know, I have actually one of the songs that I've written. I haven't written a lot of songs, but one of the ones I did write was called "Warrior of Love," and it's exactly what you're just describing there. And got to go to Glastonbury for the first time over this last summer. Yes, and it was very beautiful and very powerful and quite magical. So yeah, it's you know, it's living in the world, but not of the world, as Jesus said. Yes. Correct. So we're always working with the paradox of things. The heart and the mind, the masculine, feminine, the adult and the child, you know, always working with the extremes to come into balance. And I love what you're saying, my friend, about, you know, cleansing and grounding every day, you know, because as you say, there's just so much energy that's being released right now, and so much darkness and ugliness, pain, fear, disease, death, illness, you know, it's just the earth is kind of throwing it up right now, you know.
Yes. When long time ago.
Yeah.
It shows my age. I used to say to the group,
more power to you. Yeah.
that there are three things that I would love people to do when they come into my house, you know, to sit in the car before they come in. First, clear yourself with all the negativity or stress that you probably picked up in the office where you work, okay? And then bring the violet flame.
Right.
Ask for the thing, use the violet flame to cleanse whatever you have in your auric field. And thirdly, ground yourself.
Right.
Do these three things before you come into my house,
before
you come and meditate, you know?
Sure.
Because don't bring that into your home.
Sure.
Because it not only helps yourself because you empower yourself, but also you help the person who's taking the meditation group, you know?
Sure. This is what we call spiritual hygiene.
Correct.
Yes.
I did a workshop in a place called Congleton in Yorkshire, and it was in Cheshire. Okay, it was totally Cheshire,
and
because I don't want to get hung, you know.
No, well,
it's happened in the past.
The English are funny, you know. Bless them.
And it was that. It was the whole full one-day workshop was that, you know. It was called spiritual cleansing, you know.
Right.
And we have to take that responsibility now. You know, we have to take that responsibility.
Sure.
And if you have been working with light for a few years now, I say to people is that test the light. You know, we don't test them. We get tested by spirits up there. You know, when you walk your path, why don't you test the people that is out there? You know, your guides and your masters.
Yes.
And I said one way of doing it is that phone up a friend and say, I'm going to send you some energies of healing and tell me how you feel on the phone.
Yeah.
I phoned my sister from England to Singapore.
Right. Okay.
And within 5 minutes, she's going to sleep. Within 5 minutes, she said, and then I would just say to her, listen, I can hear it in your voice that you're not listening to me anymore. Just put the phone down and go to bed. You know? And that's it. And that is so powerful for self.
Sure. Yes.
You need to know that you are so powerful. You're so capable.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I'm hoping to do to connect more and more people is to bring and hold hands and visualize yourself around Mother Earth.
Sure.
You know, about 10,000 people.
Right.
You know.
Right. Okay.
Just holding hands, and we are capable, Martin. Now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, I do, brother. I hear you. Well, let's help that to happen. I'm happy to be a part of that. Sure. You know, the the darkness of dishonesty and deception and disease and death and all that, invites the light. You know, as you're saying about being a warrior of truth and love, you know, it invites the response of the light. And, you know, like we're saying here, most people are kind of in the middle. You know, is that possible? Is that true? Can I believe that? Can I trust that? You know, can you talk a little bit about your own personal awakening experience in India? I'm sure people would love to learn more about what that was like for you.
Yes. Before I go into that, there's a sentence I would your viewers to cogitate.
Sure.
Mull on it, you know, is that do you not think that the light you carry will not be challenged?
Sure.
You do not think the light that you carry will not be challenged. And I'm telling you, you will be challenged.
Sure, of course.
Because of the light.
That's what life is, isn't it? Life on planet Earth is challenging us to decide what we believe and how deeply and if it's true.
I ended up in prison in Singapore because of that.
Really? Well, now.
That's another story.
All right, I look forward to that if at any time you want to share that. But I mean, Shaktipat, I've sat with Indian masters in the States. I've never been to India myself. And, you know, typically it's a touch on the third eye and there's a transmission and you know.
Yes.
So was it like that for you?
Well, yeah, I was, the story,
Well,
no, 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 it was spirit that came to me. This is, I'll tell you the story, what happened.
yeah.
I went to visit my sister
Mm-hmm.
on a holiday,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and then I thought I'll go to see Sai Baba in Puttaparthi.
Okay.
And he took my letter, you see, and I
Okay.
could feel that he did something to my heart, you know.
Okay.
I felt a bit saturated.
Okay.
Then I came back to my sister's in Mumbai.
Right.
She introduced me to a guy and took me to an ashram called Ganesh Puri.
Okay.
And Ganesh Puri is the ashram of Guru Nityananda.
Yeah.
But he's, you know, already passed by the time I got there. And it's a long story, so I'll try and cut it short.
No, you're fine. I'm in no rush. Take your time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this man said, "Come on, I'll take you to," you know, he didn't say what because I wouldn't understand it anyway.
Right.
And when we got there, it was quite early, about 11 o'clock in the morning, and we went to the first room, and there was a huge amethyst crystal.
Wow.
It was huge, Martin. I've never seen so big crystal, you know.
Yeah.
And, he went down on the floor and prostrate himself like that.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
And I was looking down on him, and he looked up and he said, "Get down here."
Right.
And I was thinking,
hop on.
You know, this designer's T-shirt I got.
Gonna get all smudgy and all. Yeah.
So anyway, I did go down.
Oh, good man. Yeah.
And then I saw this light. My eyes were wide open.
Yeah.
I saw this light coming from Mother Earth.
Wow.
And went up my base chakra, and it snaked around like that. It snaked, you know.
Okay.
And I was watching this because you know, when something like that happened, you're not sure what the heck is going on. You know.
Sure. Yeah.
Nobody warned you to say, "Excuse me, this is going to happen." You know.
Sure.
And this energy came up. I was watching, and as it came out my crown chakra, I was following this light, and then there was a deity stood in front of me, all in gold, in gold.
Wow.
And she just stood like this, you know.
Right.
And the energy just hit her head and went straight up into the universe.
Wow.
You see, and it made me a bit dizzy, you know.
Sure.
So I mentioned to this guy who took me there.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, very good." I thought, okay.
Right.
He said, "We'll go." He said, "We'll go to the temple." So we went we were walking towards the temple.
Yeah.
And he was on my right-hand side, and then his mate was on his right-hand side.
Okay.
And as we were going towards the temple, we were talking, and I could feel somebody on my left.
Okay.
And as I looked, I saw Ganesh next to me, and I thought, maybe somebody in a rubber suit, you know that I was an electronic engineer at the university.
Okay. I was trying to remember what the story was. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And I looked, and I said to this guy, "Hey, there's Ganesh walking with us."
Yeah.
He said, "I can feel the energy, but I don't see him."
Right.
And then I said, "Do you want me to go on the road and prostrate myself again, you know?"
Right.
But this was a proper dirty road, you know, and I thought, hope he doesn't say go down, you know.
Yeah.
He said, no, just honor him for coming.
Sure.
And then I just turned around to say, "I honor you, thank you."
Yeah.
I'm lost for words, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really not unthinkable that you are lost for words these days, you know, but you are.
Yeah,
you know?
quite understandable. Sure, my friend. Yeah.
So I turned to this guy. I said, "Are you sure I don't need to do anything?" He said, No, everything is fine." So as I turned around to say something, he was gone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Wow.
And then he took me to another room.
Okay.
And people were, he said, come on, he said, bhajan, it's bhajan down there, we go singing, see.
Okay.
So by then I was getting very emotional because so much was happening,
Sure.
Because there's things happening in between as well, you see.
Yeah.
And when I got into this room, there were like 200-300 people singing.
Okay.
And I was getting really, really emotional.
Sure.
And I said to them, the divine and the beings of light, I said, listen, I'm not going to cry in front of all these people, right?
That's what you said, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I held on really well. And then the bhajan finished. Everybody left.
Right.
And in the left-hand side, there was a golden statue of Guru Nityananda,
Okay. Yes.
And this man said, go and stand in front of the statue.
Yeah.
And go and see what happens.
Yeah.
So I stood in front. This was probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock, Lou,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, stood in front. I just broke down,
Sure.
And as I broke down, all different lights started coming around the statue.
Wow.
Pinks and lilacs and blues and iridescent,
Wow. Yeah.
Beautiful. And then it was too much, and the tears was coming down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And just before I closed my eyes, from the heart of the statue,
right,
a flame came out of his heart and went into mine.
Wow.
And then I closed my eyes.
Yeah.
And I thought, Lou, I was stood there probably half an hour, 25 minutes.
Okay.
When I felt that, this friend put his hands on my shoulders, you have to go home.
Yes.
It was dark.
Right.
It was all night. I must have been there probably at least 4 hours.
Wow.
And it felt like 25, 30 minutes.
Sure. Well, Divyael, I am glad I asked, my friend. That was absolutely smashing. That was brilliant.
Yeah. Wow. So this is what I do now.
Yes.
I touch people, boom, and boom. And they just lay down and they just, some cry, some smile, some laugh, some cough. Most common one is coughing,
Okay.
There's huge changes.
Sure.
Changes, especially now,
Yes. Beautiful. Well, brother, I am just so grateful I know you, and I can pick up the phone and have a nice little chat like this on the screen together. This is wonderful. Thank you.
Yes. It's a long time, Lou, and so many changes.
Yes. But don't we feel, my friend, that we've been getting ready for this time, our whole lives, and this
Correct.
This is what we've been preparing for.
Yeah. And I would say to your listeners as well, when you come to understand who you are, I know people say we're doing worldwide meditation and we're doing this meditation and that meditation, is that you are that.
Yes.
You are it. As soon as you say you're going to do a meditation, your energy is already connected to, because of your multidimensionality, and also your light body is already connected.
Right.
When people ask me for healing, I say, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Done. And that is so important for self again.
Sure.
You are capable.
Yes.
And this is the most important thing I would say to light workers and whoever wants to wake up quicker.
Yes.
Know that you are already that.
Yes.
It's only the human mind that says, am I really?
Sure. Yes, that's beautifully said. That's such a powerful, important message. I mean, I quote almost every day of my life, and you're reminding me to live it as deeply as you do, which is a gift. Thank you. We're a spiritual being having a human experience.
Yes.
It's not the other way around.
Yeah. Yes. And also recently, I would say about 2 years ago, we talk about I am that I am.
Yes.
And I say to my friends and people who have known me for a long time, change it now, and say, I know that I am.
Yeah.
I know that I am. And bring that self-empowerment more and more into your beingness.
Yes. Beautiful.
And and since I started this Facebook in
Yeah.
talk on Facebook, I had people, 2 or 3 people call me from one it was from America and one from Glastonbury,
right,
to help them to awake. And I
right,
will say to your listeners as
yeah,
well,
yeah,
you know, my contact is there,
great.
and if they want to call, and if I can help them in any way, I am here.
Thank you, thank you. Brilliant, brilliant.
Mm.
Well, I'm sure we will take full advantage of that, including myself, my dear friend. God
Yeah,
bless you.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Mm, mm.
Any last thoughts as we let you go here in a minute? Any final message?
I think the last thoughts we have, or I can give to
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
right now, is that we already been promised that nothing can happen to us.
Yes, that's right. I'd say that's a
Nothing.
lot. Yeah, yeah.
And if anything does happen to you, it's because you allow it to happen.
Yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes.
nothing can touch us.
Right.
That is how powerful we are.
Yes,
You
yes.
know.
DVL, yes, it's a brilliant reminder. My guides say you're safe, loved, and supported at all times, unless you choose to believe that you're not.
Correct.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
Correct.
And as we're saying here, my friend, let's get into this for a second. How people, I won't keep you long, but how people determine what the truth is and how to decide what is true. And as we were saying before, when you have the blessing of grace and you're with spirit, now on a regular basis, as a lot of us are through practice and through surrender and through rivers of tears and, many, many sacrifices of getting out of our own way and all that, building a bridge and getting over ourselves is the way my guides put it through me. So as we have kind of this grace, thank you, God, we're saying, look, folks, the official story or this message or these things, they really don't add up. So, there's a lot of trembling and shaking, as we're saying here in the world right now, about people really feeling like who they've trusted and what they've trusted is giving way beneath their feet. So you're speaking of safety, and I was just thinking of truth. That's what my prayer is for everyone, is that people trust themselves deeply enough to hear the truth inside of them, even when they don't know what that is. How do you find your way to your deepest truth?
My deepest truth is that, I had a big family.
Okay.
I come from three brothers and 3 sisters.
Wow. Right.
And with all that, I still felt different.
Sure.
I felt out, out of the family. Didn't feel, and you know what I'm talking about,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And if there was anything that was different, and if there was for me at home, I created bloody hell. I created merry hell.
Right.
I didn't go to school. I was always truant,
Sure.
and as I grew up, I knew there was something different.
Sure.
I knew I could fly, and I knew I can walk through a wall.
Wow.
And that was a search.
Wow.
That was my truth. That never forgot that.
Right.
And once you open up to the divine, to say, I give up.
Yes, help me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know, this many people, it's very too much for them, but I'm going to tell you, because you understand. And for many, many, many years, I always felt that behind us, there's a group of beings behind us that came with us here on earth the day we split from the great spirit energy. The day we became here on Mother Earth in the physical. These beings are not angels. these beings are not ascended masters. These beings are light, just pure light.
Okay.
There are minimum of 200 behind you, minimum.
Okay.
And I don't ask anything out there anymore.
Okay.
I mean, yes, I am connected to Sananda and Kuan Yin and people like that.
Yes.
But I call my team.
Okay.
I would say to your friends and your listeners,
yes,
play with these guys.
Okay.
Tell them to come in. Tell them come in and see what happens.
Sure.
And then recently, in this last 6 months, I think, Cryon talked about this.
Okay.
About your entourage.
Yes.
Bloody hell.
Right,
you know?
Right.
Yeah, I thought, I've been talking about this for years, you know?
Right. Yes.
Ask them to come in and then feel.
Right.
Stay in the now and feel these wonderful beings, you know?
Beautiful.
I won't tell, I have, in my own image, I got a way I see it, you know?
Yes, sure.
But maybe I don't want to say that because I don't want to put anything in anybody's head.
Sure,
you see?
Sure.
Let them find out.
Sure.
Let them find out.
Sure. Well, would you lead us in a small guided meditation or prayer to close out the energy here, since we're calling on Spirit so beautifully? Would that be all right?
Yes. One of the things just recently that was given to me was with your left hand palm up.
Yeah.
And your right hand straight up into Father Sky.
Okay.
Straight into Father Sky.
Beautiful.
And as you feel the connection, as you listen to your heartbeat, and now you ask your higher self, your mighty I am that I am, come and merge with me now. Feel. Creator of all that is, I am here on Mother Earth. I ask for your guidance, your protection. Lead me to places where I am needed most, that I can do your work with my wonderful, mighty I am presence. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth. And so it is.
So it is.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Brilliant. Beautiful. That felt amazing. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. Wonderful to see you again and see you so happy and healthy, and to meet your friends and to know you're just across the water there. And
well, Jeanette is from Ireland. She's from Belfast.
Oh, okay. Right, from the north. Yes. Okay, great.
Yes.
Brilliant. We'll give her my love and everyone there. And we will definitely call this the beginning of a new chapter.
Wonderful blessing.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. God bless you, Divyael. Peace and blessings. And we'll I'll talk to you soon, my friend. Thanks again.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye for now.